Mr. President. Sir, could you clarify the context of your use of the word animal yesterday in referring to some people who were in the...
Well, it has nothing to do with this meeting, but I'm referring, and you know I'm referring, to the MS-13 gangs that are coming in. And I was talking about the MS-13, and also, and if you look a little bit further on in the tape, you'll see that. So I'm actually surprised you're asking this question, because most people got it right. But I'm saying the MS-13, you don't have that where you come from. MS-13, these are animals. They're coming into our country, we're getting them out. They come in again, we're getting them out. We need strong immigration laws. We have the weakest laws in the entire world. We have laws that are laughed at on immigration. So when the MS-13 comes in, when the other gang members come into our country, I refer to them as animals. And guess what? I always will. But we're getting them out by the thousands. But it's a big, dangerous job. And they're able, in some cases, to come back in, or new groups come in, also from the gangs. Thank you.
But you have a Norway today. Norway is the country who hands out the Nobel Peace Prize. A lot of your supporters says that you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize for what's happening with North Korea.
Well, I don't know. Look, I want to have peace in the world. That's what I really want. More so than the Nobel Peace Prize or any other prize. I'd like to see peace in ideally in the Middle East, but in the entire world. And I think we have a chance of doing it. North Korea is going to be very important. It's a tremendous part of the world. I think it's got tremendous potential. I think it's got tremendous potential for its leader and for its people. But we'll see how it all works out. Right now, we're dealing with them. We're dealing, as I said just a little while ago, we're dealing as though nothing happened. They're dealing with us. We're dealing with them. They're working out times and meeting places and everything. But in the meantime, if I read your various media, I find that maybe it's not going to take place. If it doesn't take place, that's fine. And if it does take place, I think some tremendous things can happen. We'll see what happens.
Mr. President, the President of the EU said yesterday about you, with friends like that, who needs enemies? How do you respond?
Well, I could reverse that. Look, the European Union has been terrible to the United States on trade. They've been terrible to our workers. The European Union last year, we had a trade deficit of $151 billion. And I know Jean-Claude very well, and I know Donald very well, and I like them both, but they're very tough. And we never had anybody negotiating for us. And frankly, the European Union, outside of China and a couple of others, treats us on trade as badly as you can be treated. They have trade barriers. Our farmers aren't allowed, to a large extent, to sell their product into the European Union. It's very hard for us to sell our cars into the European Union. But the European Union, in this case Germany, has its Mercedes and its BMWs and its cars pouring into the United States with no barriers. They pay a tiny tax, whereas the European Union charges a massive tax and doesn't even want the tax. They don't want the cars. They don't want the product. So we lost $151 billion last year dealing with the European Union. So they can call me all sorts of names. And if I were them, I'd call me names also, because it's not going to happen any longer. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. You agree?